Hi, everyone. Win Claybaugh here. Thanks for joining us for this very first Fireburner of our 2024 fundraising campaign. And you guys, this is our 21st year of fundraising, which means there were future professionals over 20 years ago who were sitting exactly where you are right now, doing what you are doing right now, using their voice, their passion, and their talents to make a difference. And I'll tell you something, I couldn't be more excited and proud of all of you because you are now part of this amazing legacy. And before we jump into this and get started, I want to introduce my co-host for today. He is the founder and CEO of the popular Nobody brand. He was named NAHA's 2022 Educator of the Year. I was sitting there in the building when that happened. A modern salon top 100 industry game changer, a game changer, and Barbershop Connect's Barber Educator of the Year. His A-list clients include Eminem, Rihanna's Monster Tour, Lorenz Tate, Idris Elba, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, and many more. And I'm so grateful to welcome my good friend John Mosley. And by the way, John, you say yes every single time. So I'm so excited that you're here today to join us on this first Fireburner.
Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate it. I'm always excited to be the first at anything. So hello to everybody. And I hope that we all are all excited about fundraising season.
Well, the reason why we call this a Fireburner is because this is not just a one-day fundraising event. This is not a one-weekend walkathon to raise money and awareness. This is several months. So we sort of call it a marathon. And because it's a marathon, I know that it's hard to sustain that motivation and that drive. And so what we do every couple of weeks, we record something like this. We record this Fireburner and to share with the entire network what other schools are doing, best practices, what's working, even what's not working, and co-mentors, co-hosts such as you that also can endorse the value and the importance of fundraising. And before we jump into this, John, I just want to ask you why is this fundraising campaign so important to you? Why do you say yes every single time?
When the reason why I say yes every time is because we are responsible for making this world a beautiful place. We build confidence, we put smiles on people's face, and we're one of the few professions that actually still get to touch people and have contact with their hearts and their minds. And so it's always a blessing to give back to people because we never know how much we actually affect people. So being able to give opportunity through helping charities, we're touching so many lives every day, but this is an extension of what we do behind the chair.
And I love that we are doing this with our brand new future professionals. So day one, they are babies, brand new in this incredible industry, and yet this is part of the culture. This is part of who we are, and I know that that's important because there are successful hairdressers and barbers and business owners who they wait 5 years or they wait 10 years down the line. Now they're driving the car that they want. They're living the life that they want to live, and all of a sudden they wake up and go, "Oh my gosh, I haven't done anything to give back." And so for us to start this from day one, and it's just so simple, $5 at a time. And so I'm just so grateful to all of you. Our goal this year is to raise $1.5 million. And by the way, we have surpassed that goal many, many times. And we're going to raise money for 10 national charities. Plus, get this, 100 local charities this year have been selected by our 97 schools. And even though we're just getting started, we have a lot of victories to already celebrate, to talk about during this Fireburner. So, John, how about if you get things started and share everybody about the one event results?
So when getting started, kicking off, I think we need to talk about PNTS Arkansas. I think they're doing some amazing things. They kicked off their fundraising campaign with an exciting launch party and a one event, inspired by the chance to dump a bucket of water. Remember that ice bucket challenge that was going on? So they kind of brought that back. And so they dumped a bucket
Yeah.
of water on their learning leaders. For every $10 they raised, the Arkansas Future Professionals brought in $2,675 in an hour. That's amazing. So Arkansas, give yourself a round of applause right now for doing that. One future professional got a $500 donation and a choice to take the hose to the learning leader instead of waiting to fill up a $50 or 50 buckets. So that's, I know you enjoyed that because I wish I could have just hosed my learning leaders down sometime. But what a great way to keep cool in the summer heat and raise money for a good cause at the same time.
Wow, and congratulations to the learning leaders in that school for being such good sports with all of that. That's some commitment right there. I was honored to join Palmer to the School Costa Mesa's kickoff parties for day school and for night school, and at night they had special guests, including the director of CAST, which is the Coalition to Abolish Slavery and Trafficking, and also CAST ambassador Annalyn McCord, who starred in 90210, Days of Our Lives, Night Shift, and more. An adorable woman. And I loved seeing the passion and energy during Costa Mesa's one event. Again, two times, day school and night school. And between those two events, they raised $11,788, which also included a $3,000 donation by a future professional who is now qualified for the first 100 contest, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
Wow, the win. That's amazing. I think that might be the biggest number I've seen all fundraising for the first one event that kicked off. And shout out to Costa Mesa. You know, I got some ties back that way. But
Yes, you do.
uh, well, I'm gonna talk to you real quick about Paul Mitchell the School Chicago. They held their one event, and at their launch party, they raised $2,000.
Just blows me away. The one event was designed that it would be $1,000 in 1 hour. That's why we call it the one event. That these schools are surpassing that $2,000. My gosh, Palmetto the School San Diego divided their school into 5 teams. This is cool stuff, you guys. Assigning each one a specific week to plan, organize, and execute this calendar of events for fundraising. The idea has boosted the teamwork, creativity, the excitement around their fundraising efforts, and they also held a one event in their kickoff parties, with day school bringing in $2,200 and night school, get this, $5,700. And their grand total already to date is $11,783. And I'll tell you, they're just getting started.
By the looks of these numbers, when there's a whole lot of giving back happening around these parts, and that get me excited because I remember doing classes and giving back, and I still give back. I think that's why it's so important to me. But I'm gonna take another little shout out to Rudy and Kelly Academy. They created a hot air balloon theme for their campaign, including a 5 foot thermometer and decorations representing this year's charity on every office door. So I think that's cool that the students get to walk past each door and see what their hard work, energy, and effort is going into and who it's going for. And then, you know, their one event raised over $8,000. And here's a shout out to Kobe Coble, who got a $1,500 donation and is hoping to be the first 100 winner.
Phenomenal. Okay, so we want to share some of the great ideas we've heard about your launch parties, your fundraising events, your decked out walls and thermometers. At their fundraising kickoff, Palmetto the School Lombard shared the exciting news that they have a jump start to the season with over $5,000 already raised before they even got started. And not from big events, but from small donations like $5 donations at their bake sale, their desk donations, their dress down days. They can't wait to add more balloons to their thermometer. I love the creativity.
So, you know, when we all like to get a little fancy at times. So, shout out to Paul Mitchell School NYC. They rolled out the red carpet for their art gallery themed launch party. Their fundraising wall showcased future professionals, team members, and Paul Mitchell icons as cartoon art. And their enthusiastic leader, Christine, created a spray painted sculptures and debuted their fundraising thermometer. They had a mocktail bar with snacks and delicious cupcake display featuring this year's charity partners, created by enthusiastic leader Jane. Front desk coordinator Kelly sang on stage and started the dance party, complete with a conga line and limbo contest. The culture is full of swing, and they played games, won prizes, reviewed the fundraising calendar, and brainstormed new ideas. They've already raised $3,149 through theme days and certification classes.
when you look at this, the imagery from Academy NYC, you're going to see stuff also from the other schools, including this next one, Pasadena. You know that they didn't just come up with this the night before. You know this was weeks and weeks of planning and pulling every team member and the future professionals. And by the way, if your school hasn't already done that to create the right branding and the marketing materials and the thermometer, it's not too late. You guys just pull everybody together and really put the thought and energy into it. Just like this wonderful school in Pasadena, they decked their walls with artful pictures of their team, colorful balloons, an enormous helping hands thermometer. Their calendar is filled with exciting events to raise money, including a barber battle, pet fashion show, multiple classes from dermaplaning, lashes, hair extensions, something that they call daddy do's classes, which you're going to learn about. It's pretty cool. Their launch party featured Kathy Buckley was there in person for No Limits. And also celebrity stylist Nico Abrial was there too. So congratulations, Pasadena.
And I hear we have a Paul Mitchell the School Federal Way kicking things off in a big way. Yeah, well, they're kicking it off in a big way. Their first year of fundraising with the Great Gatsby launch party. Lizzie, a representative from their chosen local charity, spoke about the Genesis Project and how the school can contribute to their mission. Federal Way has also held several successful events, including Casual for a Cause, scrunchy and ice cream sundae sales, and a macaroni and cheese meal. We love some good macaroni.
Man, whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
Yeah, I
So
guess it's macaroni and ice cream.
there you go. They'll get your money, right?
Definitely already got it.
Okay. So before we share a few more creative and successful fundraising ideas, I really want to remind all of you, so please listen up, to plan lots of events that don't tap into the pockets of your students and your team members. It's great that you're involving them, but be sure to include activities and events geared toward your local community. It's great to have Casual for a Cause and bake sales and lunch events, but your calendar should also include classes, pet fashion shows, one events, daddy do's classes, which is where you charge dads. We've done this. You charge dads to come into the school with their daughter, and the future professionals and team members teach the dads how to style the hair of their daughters. Which, I mean, think about it. Usually, that's the mom's job, but to give that opportunity to the dad at home to have that connection with their daughter every single day, you have no idea what that does for the culture in your school. So take advantage of that. You can also do things like little Royals parties, because again, that's going to the public to have them donate and get involved. Of course, your barber battles, other events that the public can support. And I really like these next two ideas.
Well, I think the Daddy Dudes class, I think that's amazing because I've been a girl dad for a long time, even though I have a son, but it's just something different about having that girl dad title that makes things a whole lot sweeter. And I wish they were doing Daddy Dudes class when I first became a girl dad. So let's talk about Paul Mitchell, the school Napa. Tapped into their community and raised $1,000 with their cosmetology and barbering runway competition. Held twice a year, this event gives future professionals a chance to get creative in a school competition revolving around their education. Participants have a month to create a vision board, prepare for the show, and sell tickets to their family, friends, and their community. The show includes live hosts, a DJ, videographer, photographers, and judges from local salons, barbershops who all donate their time. Think about all the many ways these events support the education experience of the future professionals. Helps to bring family and friends into your school and engages your local professional salon community by being judges and providing support.
Man, that whole thing is just so smart. Pummel to the School in Boise held a Harry Potter themed mini launch in March. They broke the student body into teams with learning leaders as leaders for each Potter house. They brainstormed ideas for their fundraising events. Then they got busy. The barbers kicked things off with a Father's Day barbecue Did you get that, John? A barbecue. Featuring, I love this. This is so awesome. Featuring Dress Like Your Dad theme day, which meant I would have had to wear a jumper, okay, to dress like my dad. They had theme days with burgers, hot dogs, chips, and a drink. And get this, and every purchase came with a dad mustache. Isn't that creative?
Well, my mustache is a little thin, so I want to know, can I get one of those dad
You,
mustache, Boise?
you
So if
need a
you,
real one. Yeah, you
yeah,
need a better one.
I need the one that curl.
There we go.
Boise's biggest victory so far came from future professionals Ellie and Danielle, who spent their 4th of July selling patriotic socks, doing festive braids and hairstyles, and taking donations for the Gary Sinise Foundation at a booth in downtown Boise, 4th of July celebration. They stayed for the entire day until the fireworks and raised $2,000. You'll hear more from Ellie and Danielle at the end of this fire burner.
Doesn't that blow you away?
I love
Jeez.
a good pair of socks.
Man, you're going to be sending out lots of money today for socks, for a mustache, for mac and cheese. So start pulling out your
Yeah,
wallet. Okay, so
I
I
know
want
the
to.
DMs are coming.
I know they're coming. I know. I can't tell you how many times I got hit up the last couple of days for the one event. So okay, so I want to tell you and talk a little bit about the first 100 contest. So it's already going. It's been going for well over a month. We mentioned it a few times, but as a reminder, the first 100 future professionals, team members, national educators, and Paul Mitchell alumni who raised $3,000 individually will get to attend the fundraising gala on Sunday evening, October the 27th at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, followed by a day of education on Monday, the 28th.
Congratulate everyone who's raising money and working to qualify for the first 100. I was one of the educators last year's day of education, and I can tell you the excitement was unbelievable. This year, educators include 3 Paul Mitchell graduates, award-winning cosmetologist and barber Fernie Andong, John Paul Mitchell Systems editorial director, and two-time Emmy-winning seasoned stylist Nugi Tai, and Los Angeles-based hairstylist and talk show host Paula Peralta, plus international makeup artist and salon owner Andrew Velasquez.
So, as we're recording this message right now, we already have a few first 100 winners. So, for the latest news about how many spots are left each week, watch for the fundraising e-blasts and upcoming fire burners.
We want to see everyone's victory, so please include the campaign hashtags when you share on your social media. The hashtags are PMTS Art of Giving and PMTS Gives 2024. If you already posted something and forgot to use the hashtags, it's not too late. Always think it's never too late, right? So on most platforms, you can use the edit feature and add your tags after the fact. Tag PMTS so we can all find and share your fundraising success.
Now, speaking of success, does your school have a thermometer to track your fundraising progress? It's also not too late to put one up. In fact, to inspire every school to play full out and deck your walls for fundraising, you can enter the 5th annual Deck Your Walls contest.
In addition to creating a fabulous atmosphere, decking your walls could win you a day with Kathy Buckley and Win Claybaugh in your school.
The contest closes at 5 p.m. Pacific time on August the 16th, so you still have a few more days to enter and make this happen. Fundraising leaders can email your photos to Nancy@winclaybaugh.com. And remember, you must include photos of your wall and your thermometer in order to be considered. And you'll find all the full details about entering this contest on the hub in the fundraising section.
If they need some more inspiration, they can always check out these creative thermometers. Paul Mitchell, the School of Michigan's tracker, shines a spotlight on all 10 national charities.
I love the thermometer for Paul Mitchell the School Modesto, which is pretty cool. A Skyline thermometer will get brighter and brighter as donations pour in. Again, so creative.
Paul Mitchell the School Charlotte Fundraising Madness Thermometer showcases the charities while keeping everyone up to date.
Wow, incredible. So before we wrap things up, I want to remind everyone about the Andrew Gomez online donation site. It's easy to use, and the donations are instantly credited to your school. So you don't have to keep track of the cash or the checks or the credit card information.
The online donation site is great for tracking your first 100 progress. Donors can select your school and enter the name of the person that they want to support.
And I really want to acknowledge our Paul Mitchell School franchise owner and Andrew Gomez board member, Charles Reiser, who manages the donation site. If you have any questions about online donations, please have your school's fundraising creative master contact Charles at charles.reiser@andrewgomez.org and visit the hub for more information about using the online donation site.
When I noticed this year fundraising posters and mirror talkers have a QR code that goes to the fundraising website. Make sure to let everyone know that they can scan and click the code to learn about the fundraising campaign and access the donation link directly from their phones.
Wow, gosh, we're getting so good at this. John, I just really want to thank you for being a part of this. And do you have a final message for our schools about fundraising?
Yeah, Wynn, thank you for always reaching out to me to be a part of the family and doing what I can for everyone. So that's first and foremost. But when it talks about giving back, you got to remember we're in this because we want to serve, and part of serving is just not doing beautiful art, but more so doing it with our heart as well. So when it comes to fundraising and campaigning, just do it with your heart. Do it with your heart, and you never know who's willing to help if you don't ask. So just reach out to people, even if you don't think they got it. They may have a dollar for you, and the dollar is help, and that's a start. So continue to push. Enjoy the beautiful industry that we all are in and love, but more importantly, remember what we do it for and who we do it for.
Wow. Just a final thought about John. A mentor a long time ago taught me that let let your yes be a yes and your no be a no. I mean, we absolutely should say no to certain things. I have a 12-year-old daughter, so I say no a lot from other opportunities that might come my way. Why? Because I want to be with my daughter. And so my no is a no, and I'm not guilty about that, or I try not to be guilty about that. But let your yes be a yes. And I know anytime I come to John, to this incredible man, John Mosley, and I ask him, he says yes. And by the way, his yes is a yes. And what I mean by that is sometimes people say yes, but then they show up half the time, or they're late, or they're not really excited about it, even though I said yes to you. You guys, just let your yes be a yes and decide today that yes, you are going to get involved with our fundraising campaign. Yes, I'll stay up late tonight and bake some cookies for tomorrow. Yes, I'll volunteer for the barber battle. Yes, I'll get ready and do whatever I can do to set up the school for that next fundraising event. So to all of you, just decide that you're going to say yes and let your yes be a yes. And now to wrap this up, please enjoy 3 short videos. One is from Ellie and Danielle, those future professionals at that Paul Mitchell School in Boise, on how they raise money that 4th of July celebration. The next video, I love this woman. She's has nothing to do with the beauty industry, but she's certainly a social media influencer with millions of followers. Her name is Alethea. She is the globally acclaimed positivity queen. And the third video is from our friends at No Limits. Happy fundraising, everybody. I love you all.
Hi, I'm Ellie Marks.
I'm Danielle Agar, and we're from Paul Mitchell, Boise.
One of the reasons that I chose to come to Paul Mitchell is because of their emphasis on community and on fundraising. And immediately when I found out that one of the foundations that they support is the Gary Sinise Foundation, I wanted to pick that one, specifically because of my dad. Technically my stepdad, but to say step is a disservice to the amazing man that he is. He's an ex-Army engineer and ranger, and I get a small glimpse into what those men and women do for us and for our country. And so, as little as it is, it's nice to be able to give something back to them.
Yes, I also followed this foundation with Ellie because of all of my family members that have been in the service, and to see their struggles that they've had, to be able to support a foundation that provides money for them to live comfortably is something that I want to stand behind. So in the midst of that, I decided to do some festival braids that were USA themed,
and I handed out socks that my amazing dad and my mom donated for it, and I ended up getting us set up at the Ann Morrison Park on the 4th of July for the fireworks show. So it was pretty perfect, really patriotic, and we did really, really well.
Yes, we had lots of people come up and get braids done. A lot of people actually bought the socks.
Yeah.
In total, we earned about
$1,900. Yeah.
It was super fun. 10 out of 10, I would do it again.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, Paul Mitchell Schools. Yes, honey, I'm talking to you. You amazing, fabulous Paul Mitchell team members and students. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? Listen, I know that you are awesome. You know that you are awesome, right? Right. So now it's time for you to use that awesomeness to raise money for a good cause. You with me? Now it is time for you to walk in your greatness. It is time for you to make a difference in people's lives. You can change the world. Listen, I know you hear these naysayers telling you that you raising money cannot make a difference. Can I tell you this? Just you raising $5 can make a difference in somebody's life. You raising just $5 can help a hungry child, can help an orphan in Africa, can help the fight against sex trafficking. You just raising $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's really all it takes. So what are we waiting for? Why are you standing in the way of your greatness? Baby, let's go make this money, honey. You can change the world. Listen, Paul Mitchell, you've done it before. You have raised $25 million. So what makes you think that you can't do more? What makes you think that you can't do better? What makes you think that you can't continue being great? I know you can. You need to know you can. It doesn't take a whole lot to make a difference. All you have to do is keep being the amazing, phenomenal people that you are at Paul Mitchell. The Paul Mitchell team is amazing. You Paul Mitchell students are phenomenal. So baby, let's go out here and be great in these people's face. Show them exactly what the Paul Mitchell team members and students can do. Let them know that you are everything and everything is you, honey. And as you go out there and be fabulous like I know you can be, and change the world and save lives, you have the power to ensure that everybody has a good day on purpose. Yeah. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Zoe. I'm pretty popular at the nonprofit organization No Limits for Deaf Children and Families. I provide emotional support to the kids. Pretty cute, eh? Thanks. I try to be humble. No Limits is such a super fun place where deaf children learn the skills to follow their dreams through individual therapy, literacy, academics, and parent education. They also have a program where they read to me, which makes them, well, of course, happy, and me too. They have a theater group, and I get to hang out with them and cheer them on in the audience. I was trained to be a social emotional companion for deaf children, and boy, do I love my job. I love being around the kids and making them smile. Now, don't tell anybody. Sometimes at work, I do dream about lizards, finding gophers, and of course, peanut butter. Who doesn't? No Limits has the best rooms to learn, the best kids, the best teachers. Kathy and I want to thank all the future professionals with your fundraising efforts to help our deaf children and families residing in poverty so they can feel connected to the people around through our no-cost vital programming. You certainly know how to make people feel great. I also love to get pampered too. If there's anything we can do to help with your fundraising, just let us know. We are cheering or, well, embarking you on. All you need to do is write us at dreambig@nolimitsfordeafchildren.org and see all the impact and also the kids.